Okay, before we do start on into today's video, if you guys are brand new to Sorare, if you do purchase 5 cards from the bidding market, it's called the new card auctions, you can actually get a free limited on top of the 5 cards that you buy. So do use my link in the description, that'd be appreciated, it'll support me. And of course, you'll get a free limited, so there's no missing out from it really. So if you've got any questions about that, do ask me in the comments. But it's fairly simple. I got a decent limited as well, actually. I got a £25 limited, and yeah, for free. So you may as well. Don't just sign up without using a link, basically. Whether you use my link or someone else's link, you may as well use it. Anyway, into today's video, boys. Hopefully this is going to be quite a good, knowledgeable video, because there's going to be a few cards that should hopefully get cards over the next few months, because obviously new season, hopefully the rights, some of these clubs will have the rights, so some of these players will have cards, and if they do, there's some incredible scorers in this video that don't currently have a card. And there's one card in particular, I'm going to leave him near to the end, that I'm 100%, I'm going to go all out for him. He's going to be my marquee signing, and he's going to be incredible. So before we do start, if you guys could drop a like. If you've got any suggestions of future videos, I've got so many videos planned for Sorare. We're going to be more consistent. So we're going to start off with a centre-back, a left-footed centre-back from Sporting Braga. It might be Sporting Braga, but Sporting Braga, we'll call him Braga. They've got quite a few players with really good scorers. And David Carmo, if you've not yet heard of this centre-back, I think you'll start hearing of him very soon. So he's 22 years old, left-footed centre-back, which is very unique in this day and age. Very unique. A left-footed centre-back. I feel like a lot of clubs look for a left-footed centre-back now, of course, because every team tries to play it from the back. You need a left-footer on the left-hand side, right foot on the right-hand side. And this guy's scores, look at these guys' scores. 63, his all-round scores are mad. 28 all-round score, 38 all-round score, 33. And this is at 22 years old. The only issue with this guy, as I've seen today, that he's linked with Wolves. Wolves do need a left centre-back, and Wolves do sign half of Portugal's team. So, I mean, if he goes to Wolves, he probably won't get a card. Not this year, not till they get the Premier League rights. But, I mean, he's just been called up for Portugal as well. And Portugal have barely any centre-backs. They've got Ruben Diaz, Jose Font, Pepe. Jose Font and Pepe, nearly 40. And that's not even a joke. I think Pepe's 39, Font's 38 now. So David Carmo, left-footed centre-back, put him on the left, put Diaz on the right. I think that's probably going to be the future for Portugal. But yeah, David Carmo, remember the name. Next up, we're going to go to another Portuguese. This time he plays for Gil Vicento. Pedrinho, look at this guy's scores. Look at this guy's scores. Hundreds in there, 99s, 95s, 83s, 88s. He's incredible. And he does this from centre mid. His all-round scores alone, I mean, 26 all-round score there, 25, 26. So the base of this guy is incredible. How old is he? He's 29, so he's in like his prime. 29 is a great year, great age even. He's got a long contract at Gil, so there's no worries necessarily that he's going to leave. Will he get a card? I'm not sure. Whether he gets a card this year, I don't know, or whether he gets one next year. Just one to note down, take a picture of him, because when he gets a card, he will be insane. If you're looking for an all-star rare player that's going to hit your podiums, you'll want this guy in your team. Because yeah, he can hit the 50s and 60s just from all rounds, and then the weeks that he does get an assist and a goal, you get in 100, you get in 90s. So incredible scorer, Pedrinho. Next up, we're going to go with a bit of a lower scorer. I've not included just the top scorers, some players to look out for. There's a guy called Czech Decore, and I've seen quite a lot. I've not watched a lot, but I've seen quite a lot of clips and a lot of people talking about him. A young guy from Lens, centre mid, and he's meant to be really good. Some people say, not my words, but some people say the next Kante. The next Kante is very similar to Kante apparently, and I mean, look at his base scores for a centre mid, really, really good. In a Lens, I think Lens, they finished quite high. I think top 8. I think I might be wrong. Pretty sure they finished quite high. In fact, they might have finished top 4. Let's go find out. But check the core. He's actually linked to. Was he linked to the Premier League? He's linked to quite a few clubs, so there's quite a lot of hype around this guy. And if you're looking for an under 23, if he gets a card, he could be really nice. Yeah, Lens finished top 7, well 7th. So they do have Europe, I believe, which is decent. So check the core. Do keep an eye out for him. Really consistent scores, and then the weeks that he does get an assist or a goal, that's actually an all-round score. Wow. Then that's 2 decisives. And that's a 1 decisive, so love to see it. And then he probably will play for his country eventually. For Mali, love to see it. Next up, we're going to go to a Premier League player. We're going to slot a few Premier League players in. I know they don't have the Premier League rights yet, but fully expect it over the next few years, whether it's a year or 2. Just keep an eye on some of these players. Son Heung-min, I think he's one of the best SO5 Premier League players. Is there any surprise? Probably not. Obviously, the top goal scorer, joint top goal scorer in the Premier League. The great thing about Son as well, he can put up all-round scores. So even the weeks that he doesn't score or assist, which is rare to be fair, he can still hit like the decent all-round scores, which is obviously, if you play the game a lot, I was going to say very rare for a forward. He isn't actually a forward. He's a midfielder. Now that is a little bit annoying. Can't lie. It would be better if he was a forward, but midfielder's still decent. Maybe when the Premier League rights come out, he'll get a forward card because sometimes they do mix it up. But I mean, still, even as a midfielder, incredible. Absolutely. I mean, look at that. When does he not score below 80? Other than there, like, absolutely mad. So there's Son Heung-min. Love to see it. Right, next up, we're going to go to another Sporting Braga player. And this guy I think he's one of the highest scoring players in the Portuguese league. Not heard much of him. I've never really heard of his name. And he puts up these scores. Do I need to speak? Do I need to speak? Probably one of the best forwards on the platform. He's got to be. He's actually got to be. And this guy is a forward. Love to see it. Plays striker for Braga by the looks of it. How old is he? Yeah, he's in his prime years, really. 27 years old. Got a long contract at Braga as well, so should hopefully stay. And he also has maybe international duties. He's playing for Portugal. He probably wouldn't play with Leao playing so good and stuff, and Ronaldo, Andreas Silva, Felix. He's got a lot of players to get past, but I mean, even for his club, absolutely incredible. One of the best challenger strikers. Hopefully, Braga do get licensed, because I was looking through Braga. Almost all the Braga team have some really nice players, but I've just chose the standouts really. So Horta is another. Next up, one of my favourite centre backs on the planet right now, Bremer for Torino. I think he's guaranteed to get a move away. I know his scores don't look incredible, but he's a player that you have to watch to realise how good he is. I'm not going to lie, I've watched loads of him. I've watched a bit of him, and I know a lot of people that do watch a lot of him. They absolutely love him. Like, one of the most underrated centre backs in the world. And I think he's going to move from Torino. He really is. 25 years old. I don't know what happened here. I'm guessing he got injured or something, because there's no way he don't play for Torino. But yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible. He can put up the A's 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if he does go to like Inter or like just a higher up Serie A club. I really do think that. So I'd be surprised if Bremer's at Torino next season. I would be. So if he gets a card, one to keep an eye out. Okay, next up, as a Chelsea fan, I could not put this guy in. Thiago Silva, in my opinion, Chelsea's player of the season. It actually went to Mason Mount, but don't want to speak. Right, if you guys have made it to this part of the video, so we're 8 minutes in already. If you made it to this part of the video, let me know what you guys think this guy's rare price would be. At 37 years old, you've got to think he's 37, so he could hang up his boots any minute. But with how good he still is, I think he's still got another 3 years in him, minimum. I really do. I mean, he's already signed a 1-year extension. His consistency is insane. I mean, look at the stats. My prediction, by the way, I think he'd be anywhere from £500 to £800. The reason why I'm saying that is because Modric is about 36, and I think he's about the similar price. Modric don't put up the same scores, that's the thing. So maybe I'd say Thiago Silva would be max £1,000 for his rare price, which is mad for a 37-year-old. But if Chelsea get the rights, I think I'd probably get Thiago Silva. Incredible. So that's that. And then another Premier League player. Don't worry, I've not just got Premier League players, we've got a bit of everything. But I think he's one of the best SO5 scorers in the Prem. And thankfully, I know Pep Roulette is bad, so having City players isn't the best. Rodri's probably one of the least rotated players at City, unless they sign a DM. If they sign a DM, it could be roulette central. But look at these scores. Again, I don't really need to speak. On a bad week, it's 46. On a bad week. The rest of it, I mean, this is probably a sub. Yeah, it is. That's a sub. Ridiculous scores. Absolutely ridiculous. He had a very good season, of course, and he also is decisive, capable. Helped City win the league, of course. Great goal as well. Love to see that. Right, I need to speed through this a bit. I'm going a bit too slow. Please don't buy this guy. He's not good. Just don't buy him, please. There's a reason I put this guy near the end. This is the guy that I want so bad next season. So all them previous scores are when he weren't at Club Brugge. All them previous scores were at Bologna. That manager's dumb. Why he won't play Skov Olsen, I'll never know. Skov Olsen comes to Club Brugge. They've signed him as well, not just on loan. They've signed him, played him at right mid, and look at the scores since he has been there. When he started, the lowest score he's put in is 39. Absolutely ridiculous. And the great thing about him, he's one of the only under 23 forwards at the World Cup. There's barely any, because I've been looking for under 23 forwards for the World Cup, and there's barely any, because Olsen got knocked out. I think there's Marlon, but I don't think Marlon will start for Netherlands. So there's literally, I think this might be one of the only players. I'm just hoping he goes under the radar, because I need this guy so bad. I still need a forward for Challenger Europe, and it's going to be Skov Olsen. So I'm praying he's not priced too high. Don't buy him, please, when he comes out. Because this guy's guaranteed a card, by the way. Absolutely guaranteed within the next 2 months. Some of them are guaranteed cards, some of them aren't. Next up, we've got a guy from Brest. Brest are another team, similar to Braga in the Portuguese league. They've got quite a few really nice scorers. Really nice scorers. Like, not top end if you're going for star rares and stuff. Or tier 1s, and maybe not the best, but ETH grinders / tier 2, tier 3s. Very good. Consistent as well. Does play at centre-back in a back three. Love to see it. Also Medina, an under-23. We've included some under-23s in a solid scorer for an under-23 centre-back. Very solid and capable of some decisives. Oh, that's an all-round. That's a decisive. That's an all-round. So he's capable of some mad all-round scores. And maybe he's got an outside chance of playing for Argentina. Probably a little bit tough at the minute, because Romero, Alessandro Martinez, there's some good players there. If Rangers do get the right, Tavernier, one of the best scorers in the Scottish League, because he takes penalties, free kicks, corners. I'm pretty sure he takes the lot. If you take all set pieces, incredible. And then on top of that, he's a good player, so his all-round scores are very good. And then the other two, we've got this guy. He looks shite from his SO5 there. 35, 47, 49. The only downside to him, he's 33, and I think he might be a bit injury prone. I'll show you his scores. Loves a DMP, that's the problem with this guy. But look at this. You go to all, and the height of this guy when he plays, it's just, he loves a DMP, that's the problem with him. But the heights of him is mad. So he plays for Besiktas in the Turkish league. There is also Vida from Besiktas as well, so keep an eye on him. And then the final two players, we've got John McGinn. I wanted to include, again, a mix, not just the best ones, some like pretty good consistent players, and John McGinn is one of them. Plays for his country as well, so good utility. Playing for Aston Villa, good all-round scores, and then when he does get an assist or a goal, can hit that 90s or 80s, love to see it. And then to end off the video, another consistent player, we've got Mr. Højbjerg, who again, similar to John McGinn, very, very consistent, love to see it. So hopefully we get the rights to a lot of these players, that'll be sick. Again, the player that I'm wanting most is Skov Olsen. I just tell people, how much is he going to cost? I'm expecting at least, probably like $1.5 probably. 1,500. I'd be surprised if he's lower than that. I would. Maybe I'm pricing him too high, I'm not sure. But for a player that puts up good all-round scores, under 23, playing for Club Brugge, who won the Belgian league, he's just got everything. He's got the ultimate utility. He literally has. And there's not loads of good under 23 forwards for next season, because a lot of them are going to get transferred. So, yeah, hopefully you guys have at least learned. Maybe you've got a few players on your shortlist from this video. Some very good players, to be fair. Depends where some of them transfer as well. But yeah, hopefully I can win Skov Olsen. That'd be sick. So, yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you guys could drop a like, that'd be appreciated. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.